a lot happened in this volume. That's kind of hard to get through, to be honest. This volume had more of a romantic aspect to it than anything. And I think we got more... we did get more characterization for Inuyasha and also for Kikyo. Some for Kagome as well. The love triangle, per se, was better explained, and also the placement of Inuyasha's feelings for both women are better exemplified within this volume. Now, how his relationship with the two of them is going to transpire as the story continues, we will see that probably in later coming volumes. So, like with most Inuyasha volumes, there were two separate stories. One that continued from Volume 7, ending kind of halfway through Volume 8, and another one starting and ending in Volume 8. Now, the first story is the one that we had come to a complete halt, and that story was with Naraku forcing Ryokan to kill Inuyasha, who had been damaged from a fight earlier. The biggest takeaway from this story is that we got solid confirmation that, yes, indeed, Onigumo is Naraku. That Naraku was born from being devoured by like thousands of little-ass yokai. So essentially, Naraku is a bunch of weak-ass yokai that came together and became one strong entity. Also, there is a burn mark in the shape of a spider on his back, which that will come in handy when it comes to identifying him in the future. Because I get the feeling that this is not going to be the last time we're going to see him. And when we do see him again, he might be a fake. Also, it's nice to see that Ryokan wasn't just killed needlessly, as well he could have been killed needlessly, but since Kagome, who found her way back to the feudal era of Japan, pulled out the Jikon Jewel Shard from his forehead, from that plant that, Naraku had embedded into his forehead in the last volume, he just went, alright, see you guys later, bye-bye. Because he wanted nothing to do with them. He was forced into serving Naraku. Which goes to show that Naraku will do anything he can to best Inuyasha. And the whole reason for why he did what he did was because he wanted the Jikon Jewel Shard to become immersed in corrupt energy, essentially. It's weird. It's like bits and pieces of what actually happened at the start of the story slowly get shown over time. Like, for example, we almost don't know what happened to the Jikon Jewel fragment. Jewel Shard, sorry. Wasn't a fragment at that point. And all we do know is that somehow it was inside of Kagome's body. But, knowing full well that Kikkyo died with the jewel in hand, died clutching it to her very being, possibly since Kagome is the reincarnation of Kikkyo, maybe that's why she had the jewel. I can't want to say jewel shard because now it's in pieces, but this is back when it was like an actual fucking jewel. You know, maybe that's why it was found inside of her. But then again, I don't think reincarnations work like that. That a foreign object would just appear in another person's body hundreds of years later. That just sounds nuts. But then again, the Jikon Jewel is not just any ordinary object. It's an object full of immense power that, if in the wrong hands, could be devastating for a lot of individuals. Now, the second half of the story is more focused on Kikkyo and her relation with Inuyasha. Apparently, she has been eating women's souls in order to maintain her form. The biggest takeaway from this part is we kind of get a sense of how Inuyasha views both women. Now, how he views Kikkyo is that, he wants her soul to pass on. He wants to remember her for who she was, but not who she is now. And as Kagome stands, it seems like he's kind of falling for her. So he does care about both women deeply, but the aspects of how he cares about both of them are just very different. Oh, and now Kikkyo knows about Naraku's plot and his devilish ways. So, how is Kikkyo going to respond to this? Is she still going to try and kill Inuyasha, or is she going to try now and kill Naraku? Either way, hopefully there's going to be a close to her story sometime soon in the future. Because her story, I don't necessarily care for it, to be honest. This volume really didn't have like a lot of really good art pieces in it, to be honest. I'm not saying the art was terrible, art was still good. Writing was decent. And probably the first volume where it was not a lot of violence happened and there were no nudity. I was kind of surprised by that, because the last 7 volumes there had been many times with, plenty of nudity and plenty of violence. Though there was a scene where Kikkyo basically murdered a priest. Okay, it was a murder. She fought in self-defense. But still, she killed a priest. No, wait, would it be a monk? Is it supposed to be Japan? Anyways, what did you guys think of Inuyasha Volume 8? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification icon and hit that bell for when my reviews for Inuyasha for the Inuyasha manga volumes come out every Sunday, alongside with Hell's Paradise Jikoku Raku. Alright, y'all stay blessed.